In this video, we are going to discuss Niagara Falls, the untold power behind the water. Imagine a river. Now imagine that river deciding not to flow along the ground, but to leap off a cliff. Every single second, a staggering weight of water, more than 3,000 tons, makes this incredible jump. That is the reality of Niagara Falls. This isn't a gentle trickle. It is raw, unrestrained natural force. The water gathers from 4 of North America's Great Lakes, Superior, Michigan, Huron, Erie, and funnels toward this dramatic precipice, a constant, unending procession of liquid energy. The sheer volume is hard to fathom. You can't count the droplets. Think in terms of weight and mass. The equivalent of thousands of automobiles plunging over the edge, not once an hour, but every single second. This torrent has flowed for millennia, a pulse in the continent. It makes you feel nature's power. This thunderous discharge is the lifeblood of the Niagara River. To visit Niagara Falls is to step into a world dominated by sound. Before you even see the cascade, you hear it. It begins as a low, distant hum, a vibration that seems to emanate from the earth itself. As you draw closer, this hum grows into a deep, guttural roar, a sound so profound and all-encompassing that it drowns out everything else. It is the sound of millions of gallons of water colliding with the river below, a continuous explosion that has not paused for thousands of years. Visually, it is a masterpiece of motion. The water at the brink of the Horseshoe Falls is a smooth, deceivingly calm sheet of jade green, its color a result of the dissolved minerals and fine rock flour it has carried on its long journey, but this serenity is fleeting. In an instant it transforms into a chaotic, churning wall of white fury. It crashes into the basin below, creating a turbulent cauldron of foam and spray. A colossal cloud of mist, like a permanent rainstorm, billows hundreds of feet into the air, drenching everything and everyone nearby. On any sunny day, the thick mist acts as a prism, catching the sunlight and refracting it into brilliant rainbows. Often one can see a full arc, a perfect semicircle of color hanging in the air against the backdrop of the white churning water. These ephemeral rainbows, born from the violent collision of water and rock, offer a moment of serene beauty amidst the thunderous chaos. Niagara Falls is not merely a place, it is a point in a long geological story. It is situated on the Niagara River, which forms part of the border between the United States and Canada. This mighty river acts as a channel, draining water from the upper Great Lakes into the lower Lake Ontario. The falls mark the most dramatic point along this journey, a sudden, violent drop along the Niagara Escarpment. The story begins at the end of the last ice age, around 12,000 years ago. Colossal glaciers melted and retreated, carving the basins of the Great Lakes. Meltwater formed a powerful new river system and the Niagara River began to flow. It met the hard, resistant escarpment rock and started its slow, methodical erosion. The falls weren't always here. They began several miles downstream. Over millennia, the water gnawed away the rock, causing the falls to retreat upstream. The gorge below is proof of this journey, a deep canyon carved over thousands of years. The sheer power of Niagara Falls is its defining characteristic. This is not just a visual spectacle, it is a physical force of incredible magnitude. The energy generated by the falling water is immense. The green hue of the water as it approaches the precipice is a clue to this power. It is colored by an estimated 60 tons of dissolved minerals and rock flour, swept over the falls every single minute. This isn't just water, it is a liquid abrasive, a powerful erosive tool, constantly grinding away at the very rock. This power creates its own microclimate. The perpetual cloud of mist sustains a unique ecosystem of plants along the gorge. In winter, this spray freezes on every surface, trees, lampposts, railings, creating fantastical sculptures of ice. The falls can appear frozen, though the river never truly stops flowing beneath the ice. The famous rainbows are a perfect example, not rare, but a daily phenomenon. When the sun is in the right position, this dense cloud of droplets acts as a giant prism. The result, a vibrant, shimmering arc that seems to hang suspended in the air. From this vantage point, you're enveloped by the roar and spray, looking up at a towering, curving wall of water that stretches to the sky. While the falls are a celebrated natural wonder, they also hide a remarkable story of human ingenuity. Beneath the surface of the spectacle lies a massive industrial operation, the hydroelectric power stations. For more than a century, engineers have sought to tap into the kinetic energy of the falling water and convert it into electricity. This endeavor represents one of the earliest and most ambitious efforts to harness a renewable energy source on a grand scale. a hidden giant working silently behind the scenes. The process is a marvel of engineering. Large tunnels or penstocks divert a significant portion of the Niagara River's flow before it ever reaches the falls. This water is channeled away from the precipice and directed downward through massive turbines housed in power plants located further down the gorge. The force of the descending water spins the blades of these turbines at high speed. These turbines, in turn, drive generators that produce vast quantities of electricity. This power is then fed into the grid, supplying electricity to cities. This is why the flow over the falls can be reduced by as much as 75% after dark, striking a delicate balance between preservation and progress. We have come to see Niagara Falls as a permanent, unchangeable feature of our planet. Its thunderous roar, ceaseless flow seem as constant as the rising sun. But what if it were to stop? What would happen if one day the great river fell silent, the mighty cascade dwindled to a trickle? In March of 1848, a severe winter caused a massive ice jam at the mouth of the Niagara River on Lake Erie, effectively damming it. For over 30 terrifying hours, the flow over the falls was reduced to a mere whisper, exposing the riverbed. In 1969, history was made again, but this time intentionally. For several months, the American Falls were eerily dry. People could walk out onto the exposed riverbed. This incredible event revealed the stark, naked rock face and gave us a glimpse of a world without the falls, silent, barren, and unsettling landscape. To imagine a world where the falls stopped permanently is to contemplate a profound loss. It serves as a benchmark for nature's grandeur. Protect them. The roar of Niagara is in many ways the heartbeat of a continent, and it is a sound we should never take for granted. If you learned something new, hit like and subscribe.